What is going on, guys? This is Michael Williams from Cartoon Universe, and I have a super quick Garnet update. My favorite gem in Steven Universe. There was an interesting little tidbit, if you're not familiar. Ian Jones Quartey and Rebecca Sugar recently were on the Steven Universe podcast with Mackenzie Atwood. If you're not watching that, you should check it out. I don't know what you're doing with your life. Go check that out. And in the most recent episode, they were talking about Heart of Crystal Gems arc. They were talking about the San Diego Comic-Con news, all the bombs that were dropped during that period. And Ian said something very interesting about Garnet, and this actually pertains to the crossover that they released on the Cartoon Network panel, which is, if you're not familiar, OKKO. It's an OKKO crossover with Garnet from Steven Universe, obviously, Raven from Teen Titans, and Ben Tennington. And I have no idea what this crossover is. He didn't give any real info on what we can expect from this crossover or anything like that. But what was really interesting is he said something about Garnet, and a lot of people were wondering why Garnet was chosen. Steven's not even in the crossover at all. He wanted to do Garnet because he just really likes Garnet. He wanted to do something with Garnet, and he also did it because he thinks there would be a really interesting dynamic between Garnet and KO, because KO is like a little innocent sweet boy, and Garnet would love a nice little sweet child to take care of again, because Steven's kind of grown now. He's pretty much the leader of everything at this point. So it leads for interesting chemistry, and also KO would apparently remind Garnet of Ruby, which is strange because he reminds her of herself almost, I guess. I don't know. But regardless, he said something interesting about Garnet besides that, and that was the fact that she apparently is going to have a secret ability in this episode that is canon to Steven Universe. That's actually officially canon. We don't know if the crossover itself is canon to Steven Universe, or there's some like alternate reality warping type shenanigans going on, or what's going on, but I guess at the very least it might say that Garnet exists in the OKKO universe canonically, but doesn't mean this is canon to Steven Universe. So that much we don't know yet. That's completely up in the air, but she will have a power in this crossover for OKKO that is also canon to Steven Universe. Whether we'll actually see it in Steven Universe, he didn't specify, but this got me thinking, what could this possibly be? And it's kind of tricky, because I feel like whatever ability it is, it most likely would have come up by now, right? In some sort of fight or whatever. Because it's OKKO, it's all about fighting, it's all about battles, heroes, and all that stuff. You would think that whatever ability this is that's going to be showcased would be revealed or used in some way, shape, or form in Steven Universe, considering all the fights Garnet has been through. So what could this possibly be? Well, I looked up on the Crystal Vaults. We've used Crystal Vaults a lot. If you're not familiar, Rebecca Sugar likes to use a lot of real world gem meaning and symbolism and terminology and stuff into the gems in Steven Universe. So a lot of the gems' personalities and abilities are kind of borrowed from real life. So what's interesting about that is I checked it out, and I don't think it really pans out. The only other powers that I see, some of it kind of works for like love and emotions and stuff like that. But there's also like healing, which I don't think Garnet has healing. I feel like Garnet would have healed at this point. That doesn't make sense. And also I feel like it's kind of repetitive to Steven. Steven already has healing. Another one is invulnerability, but again, if she could be any type of invulnerable to anything, she would have used that by now. You know, that would have come really in handy for the fight with MYKAL. So I don't think that's the case. So what else could it be? Is it an attack? Is it something sort of like Garnet's universe, where it was kind of over the top and ridiculous that Steven was making up, because that technically wasn't canon, because it technically didn't actually happen, because it was all from the perspective of Steven and what he thinks Garnet does, quote unquote. So I feel like something like that could happen, where her gauntlets are just gigantic and huge, and it's just absolutely ridiculous, super ultimate attack. But why would she not use that at any point during the series? That's kind of confusing. It's OKKO, so it stands to reason that this is going to be something silly. It's going to be something fun. OKKO is a very funny show. It's almost like a parody in a sense. It's very goofy. It's over the top. It's wacky. It's a cartoon. It's very cartoony. So I feel like whatever this is going to be something cartoony. But what would that be? Well, Garnet's power is electricity. She can make electricity. That is her element. I feel like whatever her power is, it actually might just be something to do with electricity, which actually might just be lightning nachos, my boy. Lightning nachos. I feel like Garnet, because this would be very OKKO, this would be very comedic, very parody, it might just be that Garnet's power is to make lightning nacho sauce. And she doesn't have to cook it or anything. She literally can just manifest lightning nacho sauce by herself. I feel like that'd be very OKKO. It'd be very funny. It would fit with Garnet's character because she has the power of electricity. And it's something that she could do that's canon in theory, but she just never uses it, because why would she ever need to use that in Steven Universe proper? So I feel like it could be something like really stupid and silly like that, and I would totally love that. That'd be really hilarious. That's pretty much all I think. Other than that, I think it could be something that maybe her future vision told her not to use because it was a bad possibility. That could be another explanation as to why she never used it. But what do you guys think? Do you think this new power is something useful, something that would have been used in the show, or something that she was repressing? Or is it just something silly for the sake of being funny because it's MKKO? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell to be notified when we have more Steven Universe goodness. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave it a like. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've been Michael Williams. You've been watching Cartoon Universe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.